When market volatility occurs, it's completely normal to feel anxious and uncomfortable. Even as a seasoned investor or a new investor, this is all normal. So today I'll be talking about 3 things you should talk to your financial advisor about during market volatility. Since market volatility is inevitable, you want to make sure to utilize this time to check in with a professional. And if you're not using a professional, maybe this is the opportunity to talk to one. But start off by assessing risk and how you feel during these times. And then get ready for these 3 things to talk to your financial professional about. What is the current state of my financial plan? In times like these, when the market becomes more volatile and you choose to check in with your financial professional, here you're going to look back at your retirement analysis and your plan to see how it's shaping up. Your advisor will most likely begin by showing you your existing plan and how you're tracking. It's a good opportunity to look at performance as well as the breakdown of your portfolio and risk. If you're feeling uncomfortable with the amount of risk you're taking, you may want to determine how this affects the overall plan by reining in some of the risk in the portfolio. Does it mean that you may need to save a little bit more to hit your goals? Maybe it means you're going to put off retirement for a couple additional years. A check-in meeting with your financial advisor to assess where your plan currently stands in times of volatility is always a great idea. Here, you want to be thinking about the risk in your portfolio and whether it's impacted the overall plan. Additionally, in times of volatility, it's a great time to assess individual pieces of the portfolio. Maybe there's some losses that you can harvest for tax purposes, or maybe your asset allocation has just gotten out of balance and needs to be rebalanced. Check in with your advisor on these few points. How is my portfolio designed to get me through these more volatile times? Diversification is even more important in times of volatility. Building efficient portfolios is all about having the right types of stocks and the right types of bonds, coupled with even some alternative investments. Diversification is about correlation of investments. So when some things are going down, you can offset that with other investments that are holding stable or even gaining ground and growing for you. At a very least, look at rebalancing your portfolio in these volatile times, utilizing it to sell some things that are growing to reinvest and begin dollar cost averaging in some of those other areas that might be losing. You can also use it as an opportunity to really get your portfolio repositioned for what your goals or objectives might be now in comparison to many years ago. It's always good to revisit your portfolio even when the markets are volatile and you're feeling a little anxious. How do markets with rising interest rates and inflation differ from other volatile stock markets? Rising interest rates and inflation can impact portfolios in many different ways. It's not only about having stocks and bonds. It's a great time to really revisit your investments and think beyond just those basics. You'll want to think about what types of stocks. In a rising rate environment, things like financial companies can tend to do a little bit better, primarily because with interest rates going up, they can charge more on the loans that they're providing. Now, when it comes to loans, you'll also want to think, while this isn't part of your portfolio, revisit your debts. Here you can see things like home mortgages, credit cards, where interest rates are shooting up. It might make sense to lock in lower rates now before rates continue to climb because it's a longer process. Hopefully today you've learned a little bit more about some talking points to check in with your financial advisor during market volatility. Although you may be feeling uncomfortable or anxious, financial advisors are there in both good times and bad. You don't have to go it alone. If you have questions and you want to reach out, I'm here to help.